Hello everybody, long time no see. Welcome back into the backyard here. JT's Barefoot Outdoor Adventures. I want to show you what I got, well, this spring really, and I've been messing with it all spring, summer. Now that it's fall, thought I would show you, well, my new choice for a squirrel gun. The numbers have gotten to be somewhat destructive. I could show you the damage in the shop, but I don't think we really need to go there. Anyway, the whole point with the previous video that I made with the Daisy Red Ryder is that it's not ethical to be shooting at them with this thing, because you're just going to bruise them, hurt them. You know, you might irritate them, but basically mine come out and watch us and laugh like 5 feet away when we're out with that BB gun. It doesn't scare them at all. This one, however, I've been doing a series of, well, we'll call them penetration tests. I'm going to show you some of those today, and yeah, I am very satisfied and feel comfortable using this to ethically drop a squirrel from a tree. I have one to my credit so far that I have dropped from a tree. I didn't go check to see if it was killed, but I am pretty sure it is not bothering me anymore. Anywho, let's get showing you what the pellet gun, not a BB gun this time around, a pellet gun is in question, and yeah, let's get started shooting at some shit in the backyard here. Alright, so in the spring, I kind of went off to, I think it was Princess Auto or one of those type stores, because I saw a flyer that had a really nice looking, as it turns out, airsoft rifle that I thought would be a lot of fun for dealing with the squirrels. I found out that was airsoft, so obviously that's not going to do anything, and settled on this. It was just over $100. Figured, why not? Breaker action's usually pretty reliable. We'll look at the end here so y'all can see stats. It's a 177 caliber, shoots pellets, 495 per second, and scroll back over, customizable stock. So the Crosman, I'm pronouncing that the Tyro Youth Precision Air Rifle. Being Canada, 495 is pretty much as good as I can get without my PAL, and I don't currently have that. Anyway, looking in the box, it's all nice and safely packaged in there. The extra stock piece, I still haven't put that in yet because I'm, well, lazy. And, you know, it fits all right for the folks around here that are using it. This is a breaker action, so right about there, you'll see us popping this sucker for those of you unfamiliar with the terms. And yeah, standard pellets. I think I'm using something rather pointed today, but it's all pretty much the same. So yes, Crosman pellets, Crosman pellet gun, just, you know, playing it safe. There is the shape of today's toy. Brought this out in case, you know, the little woman and I feel like getting playful later, play some battleships, you know. Quick, easy, fairly affordable. Alright, we have this little shooting range set up down there. So I'll move the camera, focus in a little bit, and show you a few of the things that we've got here. Actually, I'll describe them as we go to get things going here. These eggs with the little R's, these are our raw eggs. Hoping those will be fun in kind of a slow motion. We've got a couple of hard-boiled eggs that have been sitting around far too long. You know, cider can, no thicker than your average beer can. Soup can, somewhat thicker. Have a Folgers can because this was the point where I realized I was content. You'll see as we go through this that it punctures happily through one side, but it does get caught in the middle. We only really need to crack a squirrel's skull or puncture their lungs, so that, to me, was satisfactory. But anyway, we'll get to that in a minute. And then I figured I'd sacrifice a V8 because, you know, we want to watch something bleed, and some empty cans to knock off as we go. So, alright. Our first test, we are going to be looking at these raw eggs here, and you know, if it doesn't break a raw egg, obviously it sucks. So this is purely for amusement. Hopefully we'll get some explosion, and yeah, this is for penetration value. Let's get shooting. Okay, so Shocks has agreed to demonstrate this youth air precision rifle, whatever they call it on there. Anyway, it's our squirrel gun. And hopefully we will be starting with the white egg with the R on it.
You need to pause. You gotta load this.
Alright, going for the egg on the right with the R. Sounded like you may have hit the Folgers can in the back.
I think I might have.
Alright.
Dot is on.
Alright, so I'm not great with these iron sights, but this BB gun, or pellet gun, pardon me, will destroy a scope. I think I got the one on the left.
Ooh.
Alright, so take another shot at it here, just for the sake of destroying some darn near rotting raw eggs. Is it still in the shot?
Yes.
Oh, so close.
Misfire. Was that a misfire?
Nope.
Oh, it sounded like a misfire.
Nope, that sucker skimmed the leaves just behind the egg, hopefully in the shot, but as y'all can see, my aim has not improved that much. But you know, I'm old and feeble and blah blah blah. I think that might have done the trick.
Nice.
For the record, we are wearing safety goggles.
Something exploded.
Oh yeah. Alright, so once again we've got Shox taking her turn. We're going at the hard-boiled eggs this time. Gonna take another shot there. So this is, I don't think you did. But kind of looks like at the back of that at one egg. So let's pause for a second. You hear that squirrel mocking us in the distance? Shox has just grazed the side of this hard-boiled egg. Not exactly what I would call an ethical shot, but that's why we practice, right? Shoot straight, play safe. All right, recording. Shoot. My turn then?
Yes.
Okay. And this is the importance of teaching your loved ones to shoot and taking the time to actually go through it. But at the same time, remember, we're shooting at an egg from probably 15 yards away, and we just happen to be fairly well zoomed in on the camera at the moment. So, there's that. That one ripped right through it, too.
Nice.
Alright, so I'm just going to take a couple shots at the white one here. And then we'll get into the Folgers can and the V8, because that's the penetration on those that I think makes it interesting. Who knows? We may even get that squirrel today.
Ooh.
It moved, and I saw white stuff kind of fly out the back of that.
I saw it flare off the back as well.
We may have some sort of an exit wound there. Shall I check?
Sure.
Oh, again, we've got a grazed situation. I merely wounded that egg. It's all fun and games till someone loses an egg.
Nice.
Chicken didn't appreciate that joke. Alright. Pause for a second here while we back it up a bit. Alright, well, Shox is pretty sure she can hit the broadside of a barn with this one. So we're going to let her take another go. And either way, it should prove the point. It doesn't take much accuracy on this one. The big red thing. Oh.
Retry.
Yeah. Right. Give her. We'll be right back. Alright, now remember folks, when teaching the kids and the women folk how to shoot stuff, it's important to use positive reinforcement. You got this, baby. You can do it. And that's what I'm talking about. Okay, let's take a look at the Folgers can a little closer. Now, as is always the case, and if you're a YouTube creator, you know, like, if you can feel this pain. But trying to prove my point, we got a weak shot. And top credit to Shox. She hit the target, right? We can't complain there. However, it's a little weak at the moment and didn't go all the way through. That said, I have not oiled this the whole time I've been shooting with it, and it has been, what, about 4 months?
About that.
About 4 months of playing with it, so that could be bear-based error. Okay, so Shox is going to take one more shot at this, and we'll find out for sure whether or not this thing needs oil. If it does, I'll show you the old can that used to sit there. Fire away, my beauty. Thunk, and you can see from the movement there, this one did go through. Looking into it there, we can see the pellet captured amongst some coffee grounds because I wanted a fresh one. We can see the other hole. Let's focus in on that. That clearly went through, and I'll show you the back side of that. Much different. Definitely went through there. Only went through the once. So I don't necessarily know that it would puncture through both sides of a squirrel's lung, but I feel confident that that would crush through a squirrel's skull and or definitely puncture a lung, which ultimately will lead to a kill. A little slower than I might like, but it's not going to be hurt and sulking somewhere. It will be dead and no longer ripping the crap out of my shop. Alright, that leaves us the V8 can, I guess. So, for the record, not sponsored by V8, and I'm pretty sure they would not approve of what I'm doing with this product. Generally, I wouldn't approve either, but... Thought it might be fun.
Nice.
Did that just bounce off the side of it? Or
No, you squirted something through. Like, I definitely saw a squirt come out the other side.
Did it ooze? So, looking at our somewhat victimized V8 can, we can see that it did go through both sides of the thin tin, so not surprised. And we've got a bit of a quote-unquote bloody mess on our hands. That said, the little woman and I are probably going to plunk away at a few more cans here. No idea if you're going to want to watch that, but we may throw a few of those impacts on here for you if you do. Quick summary of the pellet gun first, though. Alright, so this is pretty easy to load for those who are unfamiliar with what a breaker action pellet rifle is like. You need to be a little aggressive with these. Hopefully that was all in frame. I guess I didn't really give Shocks any warning there. One thing, you always want to make sure your pellet has its cupped end facing out
Show the other end.
towards you. And I'll show you the other end of the pellet. Comparatively speaking, we've got a nice pointed end there, and then a nice cupped end, pointed end, always with the cupped end facing you. Alright, so you can see the cup in there, and then click that closed with some authority and you're good. Pretty much ready to go. Alright, so the little woman and I are going to while away some afternoon hours playing with this. If you're looking for something that will just barely ethically take down a squirrel and you're stuck with stupid Canadian, and I believe the UK restrictions are the same, on what you can buy off the shelf without necessarily getting any sort of licensing, this Crosman Tyro does seem to do the trick. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope it works out to be worth watching, and thank you very much for your time. If it's helpful at all, share it, you know, the whole routine. Click like, put it on 50 million social medias, blah, blah, blah. Alright, take care, everybody. Play safe, shoot straight, all that good stuff. Yeah, have fun.